Hello and welcome to our Gold Learning viewers. I'm Fiona Langsharp, IBCLC and Director of Communications here at Gold Learning. Well, I am so happy to introduce you today to Demetria Clark. She's here with us at Gold, and we're going to be asking her a couple of questions. She's going to be speaking at our upcoming Gold Midwifery Conference, and she's going to be speaking as part of our complimentary pack here. And so I'm really looking forward to having you be part of that. And of course, you can see if you're watching the screen right now, she's going to be talking about aromatherapy for pregnancy. So welcome, Demetria. It's lovely to have you here today.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm really, really honored. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm so excited. Can't wait to hear your presentation. But before we do all of that, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience today and tell them what you do in your neck of the woods on a day-to-day basis.
Well, of course, my name is Demetria Clark, and I'm the director of Heart of Herbs Herbal School and Birth Arts International. And I've written about 5 books that people can find, in bookstores and stuff. So that's kind of like what I do. But day to day, what I do is I answer phone calls, I email with students, I answer questions. We certify doulas, postpartum doulas, childbirth educators, breastfeeding educators, midwives assistants through Birth Arts International. So that means I spend an awful lot of time answering questions, picking up the phone in the middle of the night if a doula is having a hard time understanding what's going on at a birth and she just needs to go over something with me.
Wow.
So basically, I spend a lot of time communicating. That's pretty much the number one aspect of my job is educate and communicate in both organizations. So I
Oh,
get up every
that's
day at
amazing.
4 a.m. and start working,
Yep.
and I just go to work every day, just like everyone else.
A
And I'm
very,
very fortunate because I really love my job, so that's really
oh,
helpful.
that's wonderful. Well, definitely, and very dedicated to your work. I'm thinking about getting up at, in all hours of the night. And of course, I work as a doula as well. So I'm going to need your number for sure.
Well, we have students all over the world, so I try to make sure I email them back in a timely fashion. So if someone's
Oh,
emailing me
wow.
from Austria or Germany, you
Yeah.
know, it can kind of shorten the time just,
Yeah,
difference.
for
I do
sure.
take a break in the middle of the day, but
Oh, good.
so I work in two sections, but I don't work like 20 hours straight. Just
Wonderful.
feels like it.
Wonderful. That's great. Okay, so let's talk about what you focus on. And it is you're a master herbalist and an aromatherapist. So I want to know, how did you first become involved in this? Who got you into it? Was it someone? Tell us a little bit about the background.
Well, I joke that I didn't choose herbalism. Herbalism chose me. And I've written about this before, and in some of my books, that it wasn't really a conscious decision like, oh, I'm going to become an herbalist. It was, I'm not feeling good. What can I do for myself? Even as a really little child. So I was a weird kid. We'll just put that out there. My mother is a really avid gardener, and we lived next door to the largest essential oil wholesalers in the country. They were our
Oh,
neighbors. So
right.
I kind of like was just thrust into this environment, and I would ask lots and lots of questions, and the owner would answer me. I was friends with her daughter, and she would answer my ridiculous, never-ending questions. If you haven't noticed, I do have a great ability to talk. So she put up with me, which was really inspiring when I was like in third and fourth and fifth grade, when you know this interest really started. But I also lived all over the United States with different kinds of communities. So when I lived in Alabama, I was learning about how people ate food differently and ate things for things. And the same with when I lived in Alaska. I lived in Kodiak, and so I was always like really interested in all of this kind of stuff, but it wasn't a conscious decision. I had no choice.
Right.
It was just what I was
Fantastic. I
supposed to
love this
do.
story. I love it. It chose you. That's how it happened.
Yeah, it was like, well, okay. And then I decided I needed to figure out a way to make a living and feed my children with it. So,
Sure, absolutely. Well, I think you're doing a great job, so thank you for that. All right, well, let's get focused on the topic at hand here, aromatherapy for pregnancy. You're going to be talking about that specifically for a complementary care lecture pack here at Gold for a Gold Midwifery Conference. Now, I want you to give us just a little snippet from what you're going to be talking about and perhaps what you're really hoping our listening audience will take away from your presentation.
well, my primary goal with anything is it needs to be evidence based and it needs to be safe and it needs to be applicable to life and easy to use, easy to access. I'm a super practical person, so I come to things from a very practical standpoint, and so I want people to understand a bit more about this practice, how to use these oils safely in pregnancy, how to talk to people about safety, how to look past, some of the marketing and hype to really be able to safely use aromatherapy for pregnancy and for other things. I mean, usually when something's safe for pregnancy, it's safe for a lot of other stuff too. But we,
Right.
you know, we really I just really want people to, be able to look at this and say, wow, this is a really practical, effective tool that works.
Mhm. Wonderful. Well, I'm excited. I have to say that I do a lot of aromatherapy, but I'm not from a professional point of view just because I love it. I know that it has become very, very popular, and I've got many friends that love it as well. So I'm super excited to have a professional, teach us so that, again, it's all about moving our learning forward. And of course, you said something really important too. It's about evidence-based information as well. So I probably, I'm looking forward to having more confidence in this area for sure. Thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you very much for having me.
It's lovely. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you to our listening audience once again for joining us today, for listening in with Demetria Clark here. And just a quick reminder, she's going to be speaking for a complimentary care pack for our Gold Midwifery Conference, which starts on February 5th. You can go to our website, goldmidwifery.com. You can see all that is there to offer. We also have our free keynote as well that you can come and join us for as well. And I'll look forward to seeing everybody there. Well, thanks again, and we'll look forward to talking to you soon. Bye bye for now.